Welcome back to Everything Goes. Today I'm in the studio, the virtual studio, you mean? I got my man Ian, my man John.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
We back in this joint. Feel
you
me?
back, baby.
They
Been a
tell
long
me
time
what's going.
coming. Couldn't wait to get back. We gonna jump right into it. Well, actually, before we jump into it though, I got a free pick for you guys. It's a pick for the whole year, not the picks for this weekend. That was already posted on the page. If you didn't see it, you gotta go check it out on our Instagram at Everything X Goes. Once again, that's at Everything X Goes. Go check it out. We got 3 picks for you guys. It's definitely locks. The first pick is Thursday night. Then there's 2 for Sunday. I had it ready since
Thursday
June.
night belt.
You ready? So
Tripping. You hear me?
yeah, so the pick that I got for you guys for the whole year, it's a player's prop. It's going to be for quarterback Patrick Mahomes. His over under right now on passing yards sit at 4,005. What is it? 4,050. That's easy money right now. He's been in the league for 7 years. Over his 7 years, he's averaged 4,581 passing yards. Only twice did he not hit this number, and that was last year. And last year he put up, what is it, 3,928, and that was quote unquote his worst year. And he just missed it by 130 yards. And then the last time he didn't get it was in 2019, and that was the year that he got hurt, and he only played in 13 games. But mind you, in 13 games, he still put up 4,031 passing yards. He was 19 yards short. So,
That's
like,
crazy.
That's
it's a
super
lot.
crazy,
Go
bro.
go yeah, go take the over. What is it? It's right now it's sitting at 4,050. You can put 100 on it, 200 on it, 500
You sure
on
that's
it,
2019?
whatever. So yeah, that's definitely something that y'all want to look into. It's free money for y'all out there. Patrick Mahomes over passing yards. Take it. You got what, 2 days before it closed, so don't miss out on it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate any and all support. Thank you.
We're gonna start off today with our game Catch or Pass. For those of you that don't know, I'm gonna pose a question or a statement. I need my co-host to let me know if they catching or passing on that train. We're gonna start with some big news. A couple days ago, Cowboys. The Cowboys will regret trading Michael Parsons. Y'all catching up? It went to sleep a while.
Yo, I'm crying, dog. I'm a, I might shock you. I'm gonna keep it quick though. I might
Mhm,
shock you. I'm gonna pass. They gonna regret it because I look at it as your defense was already corny with
mhm,
Micah, and he was just giving you all pro and Pro Bowl production.
mhm,
It's going to continue to be corny without Micah. So you can choose to pay him because if we woke up and Jerry paid him 4 years for $47 million, we'd be like, "Oh, you got work." But the Packers did it, so it's cool. But if the Cowboys did it, we'd be laughing and be like, "Yo, y'all defense still gonna suck." So I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think they'll regret it. I mean, you always think like, "Oh yeah, this All Pro player is leaving, so it's crazy." But you get 2 first rounders and a Kenny Clark back, so I don't think they'll regret it. They regret getting to this position right now. Where if they paid him
Mhm,
last year, they could have paid him 36 million, I think it was, before
mhm.
Miles and before Max got paid.
Well,
So
everybody got paid. They could have saved so much money if they paid them last year. But yeah,
yeah,
we move on to E. You catching or you passing on this?
Well, I'm passing too. Like I feel like from a divisional standpoint and for the fans, they're gonna be salty because like they build an attachment to Micah and like they just vibe with him. Like that's their guy, like how we rock with Jalen. But in the
Hmm.
long term, like their championship window wasn't in Michael Parsons' like in his span as a cowboy. Like their
yeah,
biggest chance to win was when Amari Cooper was the number 2 or 3 years ago.
Hmm.
They wasn't winning nothing no time soon. And again, by the time like we talk about the boy in Cincinnati that like Trey Henderson that they thinking about paying or not paying because he's 30, 31. Mike would have been in that situation as a 29, 30-year-old trying to get paid again, and they would have had no wins to show for it. So I think, like I said, in the moment is Saudi, but like we've seen Demarcus Ware be elite for 10 years in Dallas and then go win the Super Bowl in his last 3 years in Denver. Like it's a household name, but outside of that, so long. Like
and you would
Yeah.
have three of the highest paid players on your roster in the entire
to do
NFL.
nothing.
And how
Exactly.
how could you get better? How can you improve the roster? So yeah,
Right.
I'm agree with both of y'all. I'm gonna pass on this. I don't think they're gonna regret trading Michael. Y'all already knew how I felt about him. I screamed out they should have traded him. What was that? That was last year I said that, or it might have been a year sure. I
It was
said that.
after they got baked by the Packers in the
Yes,
playoffs.
I said I came right in the group chat and I screamed out, trade that man. Because where was he at when Jordan Love was all over the field? Wide open tight ends all down the field. And Michael Parsons not generating no pressure. They running right at you. You know what? I'm not even going to jump into it.
Yeah. We don't gotta talk about it again. We seen it. We seen it.
Yeah, we're going to pass on it, though, for sure. Moving on to the next question, a catcher pass. Shador Sanders will start for the Browns at some point this NFL season.
My simple answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too many games in a season for it to not be a thing. I think that the only way that Joe Flacco remains in, the starting position is if they get 5, 6, 7 games into the season. They say we have a real chance to compete, and we know that that's not happening. So
Not at all.
as he lose a game in an ugly fashion, or he throw 3 picks or something like that, he's gonna get benched. And okay, Dylan Gabriel's the number 2 right now, but they didn't draft 2 quarterbacks 3 rounds apart for no reason, or for whatever the distance was between them. So I don't think that Dylan Gabriel is necessarily a bad, like he had an impressive outing, I guess, in the preseason, but like I don't expect him to convert into an NFL quarterback long term, or starting NFL quarterback at that. I think Shador has the intangibles to be that. So I think that he'll get, time, and eventually he'll start. Now, would that be he's named number 1 going into next year? Maybe not, but will he start a game and produce? I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. And this, I won't even go long. The second, what Ian said about Flacco, you got Bengals, Packers, Vikings, Ravens, Lions, Steelers. But they will be playing. Shador might be playing by October.
Oh yeah, those are definitely L's that they gonna pack up. Oh, my fault, John. Was you done?
No, I'm done. He's gonna be
Okay.
playing for sure. Now, the matter of how much he's gonna play this season, how much, I don't know, but he'll definitely get the chance to get burned. Dylan will be first, so I anticipate Flacco getting bitched by week 6, and Dylan will be in. And unless he just light it up, which I doubt, because he should have never got drafted over Shador anyway, then he'll definitely be taking the field for sure.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna agree with both of you guys. I'm gonna piggyback off of what John just said. He ran down the schedule, so I don't think they're gonna give Flacco 6 weeks. Honestly, I think if they start out 0-3, he's benched. So going into week 4, maybe week 5, we looking at Dylan Gabriel starting, because right now he is the QB2. But like you said, John, I don't think he's going to step in and start producing like a Jaden Daniels or a Baker Mayfield their rookie year, or CJ Stroud, to the point where you don't want to see Shador. I think he's going to get in there. I don't think he's going to play bad, because like Ian said, he did look decent in the preseason, but I don't think he's going to do enough where the coaches say, okay, we just going to ride with him the whole year. We don't need to see Shador. So I definitely think that both of them will end up starting some games this year. And then based on how they play, that's going to decide who will be the starting quarterback going into next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the third and final question of catch or pass. Bo Nix and RJ Harvey will have a great year in the new Sean Payton offense.
So I'll pass, and I'm gonna redirect. I think Bo Nix and Cortland will have an excellent year in in Sean Payton's offense. RJ, I think he is explosive, but I just how much.
It.
Yeah, I gotta see it. Like I just have to see it. He could go out there, he could get 1,400, 1,300 all-purpose yards, which sounds crazy, but it's possible. Running in, he can run for 1,000, catch 400, or he can go out there and get 800. So I rock with Bo, and I rock with Cortland having an awesome year this year. Because building on the report that they had last year, like Jaden and
Terry.
my God, Terry, yes, like Jaden and Terry. But RJ, you still gotta see it. I'm not gonna lie, you gotta see it.
What about you, E?
For me, I agree that Cortland is also gonna have it. Like I put in my notes, like Bo. This is Bo's second year with Sean Payton. This is also Cortland's second year with Sean Payton and playing with Bo in the same system. But I think that, and in addition to that, Evan Ingram came over now. I remember a couple years ago, maybe a little bit more than a couple years ago, but we was all excited when Evan Ingram went to, when he left New York at MetLife and he went to go play with Trevor Bortles. And then he went over there and, he threw him the
Trevor
ball for a
Boards was
season.
crazy.
he threw in the ball for a season. I think he had 1,000-yard season, and then
Mhm.
outside of that, it was
Yes.
like
And
like
then he got hurt.
yeah. I
Cornball.
mean, he did get hurt, but like even when he returned, like Trevor was acting like he had the Eagles receiver room out there, and
Because
he
he was
didn't.
throwing the rookie Brian Thomas.
Yeah, like he was throwing it to only Brian Thomas, like or
Mm-hmm.
Christian Kirk if he just so happened to be
Kirk,
open up
yeah.
the sleeve. Uh, but like I think that these weapons in the passing game will make Bo's life easier. He was already a system quarterback last year. I think that his confidence has gone up because of the success that they had. I don't think the defense got any worse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I seen a I don't want to say it was a stat, but I guess a stat percentage, whatever. My young boy actually sent it to me on some fantasy type tip.
Mm-hmm.
But the Broncos was top 3 in pass block win percentage and run block win percentage last year. I
Right
keep it
here.
being, I think they was number 1 in both of them. But I'll say top 3 to be safe. If you are winning not all of, but if you're winning majority of the offense of line versus defensive line battles,
Mm-hmm.
and your wide receiver, your number 1 wide receiver, and your quarterback are thriving, I think that it only leaves opportunity for your running back to succeed, even if it's not a powerhouse thing, even if it's just you are exploiting off an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like John started with RJ being explosive, so on top of the talent that he had, I think they drafted him in like the second or third round. So it was like all of those things lead to I think it'll be a lot of success in the Denver system this year. I don't want to say I'm excited for them because I don't care about what they got going on, but from a like a fan perspective, I think it'd be nice to see what they put together on the field.
So yeah, so Ian, I'm gonna agree with you. I do think that I think Bo Nix and RJ Harvey is gonna have great years in the Sean Payton offense. Even though RJ Harvey is a rookie that's coming in, the type of offense that Sean Payton likes to run and what he's most likely is going to run this year, he's going to run what is it, a wide zone concept with running the ball and mainly trying to keep to the outside. And when you do a zone concept running the ball, you're allowing the blockers to get down to the second level. You're allowing the blocks to get there before you decide
Right.
which one to hit. So I think that's going to be wonderful for RJ Harvey, who's explosive. And then, Ian, you just brought up that stat that I didn't even know about, that they was what you said, top 3 and winning
Top three.
the run blocks, yeah, pass blocks. So that's even better for him. And then when it comes to passing the ball, they like to run a little mini West Coast style offense where it's either short or intermediate passes from the jump,
Right.
or as deep throws down the field, timing throws. Obviously, them timing throws down the field is going to go to Court Sutton, but all them short throws and the play action throws is definitely he's gonna throw a lot of targets to RJ Harvey. So, like John said, I definitely don't think it's out of the possibility that he had maybe 1,200, 1,300 total purpose yards, maybe 750, 800 rushing yards, and another 400 receiving yards on the ground. I don't think that's too much to ask for in this type of offense and the role that he's going to have. I think Sean Payton is excited for these two. I think I said this in the group chat earlier. Sean Payton think he got Drew Brees and Darren Sproles back there. That's not the case, but that's how he about to run it. That's who he think he got back.
For
Darren
real.
Sproles and J.K. Dobbins about to come in and be Mark Ingram. Like,
Honestly, which is JK gonna be Mark Ingram. They're gonna make it work. But so yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how that Denver offense do this year. But so moving on to the topics of the day. You know we gotta start with y'all defending champs. I'm gonna say y'all because I'm not an Eagles fan. You mean?
you
But
was at the parade though.
I
I
was about to say
was,
you was
I
there
was,
busting. I can
I
tell.
was. But going back to the Eagles, on a scale from 1 to 10, how high are you guys on the Eagles repeat this year?
Um,
Oh, so
big time.
No,
y'all both 10 out of 10?
no. I'm at an 8 with it for me.
You had an 8, John. You had a
Um,
10. Okay,
I'm gonna
I
go
got
8.
why.
I'm gonna go 8 just because of what we lost on the defensive end. We
Mhm,
not only lost a covered corner, a quality covered corner, but we also
mhm,
lost a leader. And then I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple of days ago, like I sent when they posted the Eagles offense and decent defensive rosters, there was a lot of guys on that like defensive line where it was like young guys, and it's like, okay, I know that you're on the squad, but we don't know you, bro. I mean,
mhm,
like I might recognize your name, but we don't know you. And not to say that we don't know you means that you cannot play, but I think that it's a lot of youth on our team right now, and
mhm.
they got to put it together. I also think that it's like a bigger hole for teams to attack right now because you either gonna have a hole in the slot. If Cooper moves to the outside, or if Cooper
Mhm.
stays in the slot, then whoever's that outside corner is food. Um, and then again, Cooper is coming down now. So, are we gonna play that rookie safety in the back, or like how are we doing that? I feel like it's too many holes in our defense now. And when I say too many, not like our defense is light now,
There's
but
just
just
too
in
many
comparison
question
to what
marks
we
that
was.
you
Yeah,
gotta
exactly. So
say.
there's too many question marks for us to be a 10. But
Hmm.
I still think that we have the strongest returning core
Hmm.
of a team, especially specifically offensively. So, and I don't think nobody in the NFC can compete with us except for the Lions. And I'm quiet on that. So
Gotcha. And John, you gave us a 10. I gotta hear it. Why you a full confident 10 out of 10?
I'm going 10 because I'm sorry, a lot of commotion. I gotta plug my laptop in, but I'm going
Good.
to 10 because
Hmm.
of um kind of something of what Ian alluded to, and also
Hmm.
that we'll get into, because I think one, the competition in the NFC is not tough.
Hmm.
Um, early forecast of another topic is who I think can actually compete, and I think
Hmm.
the only team that can compete with us in the NFC is the Lions. And kind of how Ian was saying, like he thinks we did lose a lot of guys on defense, but I also think we have people ready to replace and our two first draft picks that we picked this year look
Hmm.
great in preseason. I think Makuba kind of looked a little better than Jihad, but Jihad is ready to take that role, especially considering the conference that they played in, the prestige that they come from, and their
Hmm.
ability. I think they're ready to fill holes in the defense, and also, like I said, the young guys that we have coming up behind the people that we also lost. And we wouldn't let people go if we didn't think the next man up wasn't ready. And I
Hmm.
also think, kind of like with us losing, is it's a great thing that we have our recurring DC and Vic Fangio. Like, yes, we lost guys, but we also have guys returning, and this is year 2 under a great DC. And
And
with that being
the
said, it's more,
system.
yeah, there's more time in the system, more time for guys to get adjusted, and then we switch over to the offensive end. I think this year, for better or worse, I think we'll be taking a different approach on the offensive side of the ball. Saquon's not going to
Hmm.
get 440 touches again, but I do think that'll be for the better in different ways. Possibly allowing Jalen to throw the ball more and him maybe stepping up a little bit as a passer
Hmm.
and taking it back so that my man don't get hurt. Like, I know that's not something that everybody wanna hear, but you go 400 touches again, the odds of him getting hurt is exceptional. So you throw in the defense guys ready to step up, opposite of how Ian feels about it. The offense taking another step up, um, guys filling in, and the competition we have in the NFC, I don't think is there for me to not feel confident us going back again. So
I mean, those
Okay.
guys that you expecting to step up, though, have you seen who we talking about? Like I
Who,
think his
me
name is
or
Joey
John?
Jackson or the boy Kylie Ringo, even Sidney Brown. Like Sidney Brown can play, but like he's getting cooked on the outside, bro. Like he's getting cooked on the outside against Debo, Terry, like those guys. It's not even talking about like J-Mo or the guys that we might see in Detroit or somebody like if we see the Bengals again. We don't have no T. Higgins is gonna do what he want to do when he see us, unless Coop is over there. Even Coop, like Coop not
Hmm.
fucking with T, keep it a being. Like
So I'm a 6 right now. I'm a 6 on the scale of what is it, 1 to 10 on the how confident I am that you guys
yeah,
can repeat. So, and that I'm a 6 is not even necessarily your competition, it's yourselves. That's how I look at it. It's so hard to repeat in this NFL. Yes, the Chiefs just did it, but before the Chiefs did it, the last team to do it was the Patriots. So it's hard to repeat in the NFL. And I don't want to count you guys out, but I do want to say this. John alluded to it: injuries. That man back there, Saquon Barkley, he had a hell of a year last year. But we also got to keep in mind that last year, and I think it was his second year in the league, was the only 2 years he played every single game. Every other year, he's missed some time. So could we expect him to miss some time this year? Obviously, you don't want him to miss time, but I'm going to say yes. I'm expecting him to miss some sort of time this year. And then what Ian was saying with the defense, it's a lot of question marks on defense. Y'all had to get younger on defense in order to keep your top guys, because you got Jalen Carter coming up that you're going to have to pay. Y'all might want to try to get that done early. So I don't know, honestly. I don't know if the defense is going to be as dominant as it was last year, and I don't think Saquon Barkley is going to stay healthy this whole entire season. Do I have faith in Jalen? I do got faith in Jalen. I definitely think Jalen is going to throw the ball more. He's not going to have no choice but to throw the ball more, and I trust him throwing the ball, getting it to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think your offense will take a step back, whether Saquon get hurt or not. It's just I don't think your defense is just going to be as dominant as it was last year, and I think injuries might play a part in stopping y'all from repeating. Not even the competition, honestly, yourselves.
That's
That's
also
yeah.
what I was kind of alluding to with the offense taking a step up. Because I'd be wrong if I said I didn't think that the defense, because you can't go, you can, but the odds, like I said, of Saquon going for 2,000 yards again and him having 400 carries is just not likely for the next year. Same thing with our defense. Like us having the best or top 3 defense in most categories is not going to translate again to the next season, considering that you lost. But the loss of in how I feel about our defensive scheme with Fangio and the losses we took on defense, I think will be made up on the offensive side of the ball. Because I think, like I said, if with us throwing the ball more, or us having more of an air attack to take that kind of pressure and all the carries and load that Saquon will be doing will be made up via the passing game. And one thing that people I've seen people say is before we went on a crazy win streak and that early last season, Jalen was a problem. And that's not a secret. Like people have said, we got to pass more, or Jalen's not doing a good job passing the ball. Although that has been a topic of discussion, me personally, I think that he can do it. Like I think if he's given more responsibility, or if he's asked to, instead of throwing the ball, 20 times a game, throw the ball 28 times a game, I think it'll translate to more production that'll make up the loss, like Ian was saying, that we took on the defense side of the ball. And that's why I feel like that also.
Gotcha.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate any and all support. Thank you.
So we're gonna move on to the next topic of the day, which John already foreshadowed it. So we're gonna talk about the NFC right now. I need you guys to give me your contenders and pretenders in the NFC.
John just said who the contenders in the NFC. I'm sleep on JD. They team not that nice. I'm not really sleep. JD is nice, but um, they team just not that good. There's still a lot of holes in their team. They still young. And as good as they can be, they're not us. So that's just simple.
They not like us.
So hold on. Hey, so let me just ask you this. So for contenders, y'all both got what? The Eagles and the Lions,
And the NFC, absolutely.
and that's it.
Yeah, that's all. I'm banking on. Unless the Buccaneers just magically find a defense that's like, outside of that, I'm cool. I'm sleep. And then for pretenders, for me, I'm gonna call Green Bay's bluff. I don't care that they just got Micah.
Yes, sir.
I'm still cool off Jordan Prescott. He's just a second coming to Dak as far as I'm concerned. Like, he's talented. We see he can throw the ball, he can make those throws, but he's done minimal things in terms of it's Jordan versus, a L. Let's pull it out. He takes a lot of L's in those situations. I think it was Josh Jacobs. It might have been somebody else, but I think it was Josh Jacobs last year said like they need an alpha dog and they wide receiver. Like, and that's coming from your team. That's not coming from a reporter. That's not coming from a fan. You're running back.
The veteran on the team.
Yes,
He's
you're
the
starting running back. Exactly. Like you say, he's a vet. He said they need an alpha dog in a wide receiver room because there's not a big enough talent gap in terms of, who's there. Like even in Philly, like Philly and Detroit, we both got 1A and 1B guys, but the nigga that's 1B know who 1A is. Right? They got 1A, one smaller A, one different font A. That's like Rodman.
Honestly, they 1 through 4 is all like so damn similar in skill set. Like nobody is that much better than the other one. Like you got Wicks, you got Jalen Reed over there, you got Watson over there. Like all 3 of them, they all the same for real. Like which one of y'all separate yourselves as that top guy?
Right. Right. And I think that it would be easier to do that if somebody was a little older or a little younger, because it could be
But they
more of
are
a like take you under my wing or wait your turn type of shit. But like right now, what we're looking at is a locker room full of 20 to 26-year-old guys that's trying to go get it and trying to go get paid. And like that's
mm,
respectable. But even still, they just added another elite talent at wide receiver, the boy Golden, that a lot of people are hype about.
mhm. But
He's
he's a
one of
rookie. Yeah,
5 or 6 in the wide receiver room. So I think that he's only going to go, you know, add to the lack of chemistry or what's going on in that wide receiver room. And I think that
I-
if your quarterback can't trust that he can throw to who, like if he is one thing to have one receiver that's complaining about not getting the ball. If you got 5 of them, like
that's complaining. And then when you do throw them the ball, it's a 50-50 chance that they're going to catch it because they dealt with a lot of drops last year. Them in Kansas
and
City
injuries.
drops last
That's
year.
and injuries. And then on top of that, like I said, they got Micah. They also lost Jair Alexander for the free. So
Mhm.
all things said, they might make the playoffs. They're gonna make the playoffs, and then I'm asleep after that.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna start with my pretenders first because I think we lockstep in the pretenders. The contenders we might disagree a little bit, but starting with the pretenders, I definitely got Green Bay number 1 on my pretenders list. I just same thing you said about Jordan Love. Since he beat Dak in that playoff game, I don't know why that stamped him, but he's not stamped in my book. So, and then them traded for Micah. Y'all already know how I felt about Micah. And then there's a report today that Micah might not even be healthy enough to play on Sunday. Did y'all
Yeah,
see
the
that?
epidural shot, right?
Yeah. So I gotta, and we just discussed a wide receiver room. So yeah, I'm not sold on Green Bay just yet. I'm not sold on JD just yet either. The Commanders and the Commanders remind me a lot of Houston of last year because I tried to tell everybody going into the year. They said Houston going to take that next step. I said not this year, next year. They're going to take it this year, but last year was not the year for them. Just how I don't think this year will be the year for the Commanders. I think they lucked up being in that NFC Championship game. So yeah, I'm not sold on the Commanders. I see a lot of people saying that the 49ers is going to be back or whatever, even though I do got them winning week 1. You mean lock into it, but no, they're not contenders.
No.
And and the Vikings as well. I mean, JJ McCarthy, he did look decent, but I just got to see it to believe it. But I'm not willing to put them as contenders with a rookie quarterback right now.
Yeah,
I got to see it to believe it. Now
yeah.
going to
I'm
my
even throwing the 49ers on the contenders list because I mean not on the pretenders list because we don't think they contenders. They
yes,
not pretending to be nothing because they just them like
mm-hmm.
rocking
So
friends.
Rocket
Rocking
first, crazy. So moving on to my contenders list. So like you guys, I got the Eagles and I also got the Lions on my contenders list. The next team I got on my contenders list that I'm shocked that you guys didn't mention is the Rams.
Oh my
Now,
God.
I got one asterisk next to this. Obviously, Matthew Stafford needs to stay healthy. I don't know what's going on with his back. He need to go to a hospital. They need to do surgery and get this nigga a new back. 'Cause I don't know what's going on. But if he's able to stay healthy and his back is fine over there with Puka Nakua, you bring in Devontae Adams to be your number 2. They already got great tight ends. I love Kyron Williams at the running back position. They defense was so young last year, and Jared Verse was so nice, and he's just going to be even better in his second year. Their defense is going to be even better than it was last year. And if you think about it, in y'all whole playoff run last year, they was literally the only team that kept it close with y'all. Now, granted, it was snowing, but they was in the same conditions that y'all was in. And when they needed to make plays, Puka was making the plays in the snow. He did what he had to do. So I think that the Rams are definitely contenders this year if Matthew Stafford is able to stay healthy. The
I
next team,
say no. Oh
go
my
ahead.
bad. Go ahead.
Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say I say no because that I never seen a nigga that who bet especially when you're older who back like that get better. Like
Yeah,
I'm just all the way off, and especially because they downplay how bad his back was too, low key. Like
yes, his
they low
back
key was downplaying
effed
how
up.
bad it was, and then they talk about he had to get some like space station joint all in the training facility in the back where he gotta go and get this like what? No, he's unless he does get surgery, which I highly doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, he's gonna be dealing with his back the entire season. and it's going to get worse and worse and worse as he continues to play football. If he plays football and gets hit, takes hits and falls a certain way, and no,
Mhm.
that's the only reason why I wouldn't. I thought about them. That's why I didn't call them pretenders.
Pretenders, because
Yeah,
they got the talent to do so. It's just we don't know if
yeah.
Steph.
It's just I don't believe in his back cooked, bro. That joint not gonna get no better. That's why I'm cool off him.
But I'm willing to stick with him right now. He gonna play week 1, so we gonna see what happens. So as of right now, I definitely got them on my contenders list. The next team I got on my contenders list, I know that you guys are not gonna agree with this, but I like the Bears this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the
Oh my
Bears.
god,
I think Caleb Williams' offense, I think their offense is going to be great this year. They're going to be able to put up a lot of points this year. They're going to be able to outscore teams. I think they're going to be similar to like a Detroit of not last year, but the year before when they made it all the way to the chip game and they was up on the 49ers, but ended up losing or whatever. But that year where their offense was just so explosive, but everybody knew that the defense was garbage and wasn't going to hold up. But I'm not going to call their defense garbage because they have some solid cornerbacks over there. What's the young boy name? Jalen. Damn, I can't think of his last name right
Jalen
now.
something Johnson,
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson, right?
Yeah, Jalen. Yeah, see, he's sharp over there on the cornerback position. And then they just signed somebody that's able to get after the quarterback this offseason. So I think their defense is going to be but I think their offense is just going to be so explosive. I expect Caleb Williams to take that next step, even though this is his second year. I don't think his rookie year was good enough for him to go into a sophomore slump this year. If anything, I think he's going to reach a new height this year, bringing in Brent Johnson as the offensive coordinator. And then even looking at their preseason game, I think, yeah, they last preseason game, they went out there, they put together a couple drives and it looked good. And then I think Keenan Allen leaving them makes them better because now when he was there, Caleb Williams was trying to make him the number one because he was quote unquote the best receiver over there. But Caleb Williams is more comfortable with DJ Moore. That's who he really wants to be his number one wide receiver. So DJ Moore goes back to being a number one wide receiver. They had the rookie wide receiver that they had last year that steps up to be the number two now. They just drafted another tight end after already having Cole Kmet, who I think is a serviceable tight end. They still got Swift in the backfield. You know how creative Ben Johnson was with that Lions offense these past 3 years. I think he's going to bring that same creativity to Chicago. And so I just think they're going to be much better this year. They're going to be able to compete with anybody because they're going to be able to score the ball. That's just how I look at it.
I don't I don't hate that pick. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll start with the Rams. Like John said, I just was cool off Matt Stafford and his back being bad. Also, like you said, the defense was young last year. They had a young star that could play in Jared Verse, but
Mm-hmm.
outside of him, they was getting whopped on last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting points scored on them like on a week to week basis. They was in every game because
They
Matt
was
Stafford.
that shootout with the Bills. That
That's
shit
what I'm
was what
saying. Like they in
47?
they in shootouts every week because Matt Stafford can play. But like you said, in the shootout with Josh Allen and friends, like Brock and friends was a bid. Josh Allen was really Josh Allen, James Cook, and troops. Like, let's
Mm-hmm.
go to work.
Troops.
So like that's crazy. I'm cool. Again, if Matt Stafford back is marvelously okay, then cool. But outside of that, like John talking about if he gets surgery. If he gets surgery, he gotta go get
Could
the
have had
surgery.
it
Then he
off
gotta
season.
recover. We'll see you next year. Next year he's gonna be 55. So I'm cool off the Rams. When you talk about the Bears,
Oh,
talking about
I got
contenders,
chills. Stafford
the
only
only
like
reason,
35.
bro, 35 pushing 45, nigga.
Nigga, right, that's an old 45, nigga.
Yeah, bro. And then with the Bears, I looked at the logo and was like, I could throw them on there, but I feel like and you compare them to the Lions of a few years ago. I'm gonna compare them to the Commanders of last year, and the Lions are us to them. Like they play in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay, even though I think that Green Bay are pretenders, they still have to see them twice a year. The same way that probably nobody in the league or nobody that's a fan of football besides Cowboys fan thinks that the Cowboys can fuck with us, but that's still like it's a division game. You still got to deal with that. I think it's the same thing with the Bears. Like they still are in a tough division where every team that they got right now got something to prove. Like every team in a division got something to prove. And then on top of that, like I said, beyond okay, even if you got a wild card placement, Do I see y'all beating us or the Lions in a situation to get to the NFC Championship game? No. But I do think that their offense will take another leap. Like you said, with Ben Johnson being there, I think that the Bears have had knuckleheads for coaches and OCs for the last I don't know how many years.
Mm,
It seemed like they was trying to get fired, keep it being. So like, what the coaching staff is planning to do over there and the talent that they got lined up, it's a real young team offensively. I think it's a young team with, again, unlike the Packers, everybody understand their role and everybody is willing and able to embrace their role. So I think it'll be a positive year for them. I don't remember how many wins they had last year, but they might win one or two more games than they did last year, and I think the wins will be more convincing. But
mm-hmm.
not for me to consider them a contender, because if we talking about contender, I'm not talking about contender like you can give the best team in the conference a run for your money. I'm saying contender like you going to the Super Bowl and you got a chance
Okay,
to win.
got you. So, did you have anything to say about the Bears, John, or no?
No, I mean I don't hate the pick. Like I'm not I don't want to I don't it's not something I would argue about. I'm gonna be completely honest. Do I personally think that they are a true just like Ian he just said, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at contenders like I can close my eyes and vision
And see
you
them winning
in the
the
Super Bowl.
beating the
Yeah,
bowl.
yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about just the Eagles and the Lions. Like everybody else, the Packers, the Bucks, like I can't close my eyes and see Baker Mayfield hosting up a Super Bowl trophy. I can't close my eyes. It's in the vision.
Man,
Mhm.
you
No,
talking
so but I'm not mad at it though. Like I love it. Like I'm not. It's a good job. They do have the tools to be a contender, but like the Packers, they would have to show me like through this next 4 weeks, they would have to show me that they mean business before I'm ready to change up and say somebody else contender besides us in the line. So
But moving on to the last topic of the day, the last question of the day, what player or team you think is going to surprise people this year?
I'm gonna start in a surprise in a dog shit way. I think the Dolphins are going to be so terrible this year. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think they're going to be so trash. Oh my God. I think they're going to be so trash this year because one, they didn't address nothing on the offensive line, not a lick. They
Mm-hmm.
might have added maybe like one or two offensive linemen, but they offensive line is still sweet. And when we talk about forgotten headlines, granted, Jalen Waddle is there, but I also think that they quickly forgot that Tyreek Hill literally was just on an interview talking about
He don't
I
want to
missed
be there.
I made the playoffs. I missed the playoffs this long and how many years and I'm ready to go and blah blah. Like though all
Mm-hmm.
they have to do is lose their first two games and it's going back up in flames. And then Tua
But they're
is
going to
still
win
the
week one. Man. They see Daniel Jones. After that,
they
though,
definitely see the they definitely
after
see the
week
quote.
one, my hands is tied. Now, week
That's
one,
true.
though,
They
they
definitely
going
see the
to smoke
quote.
Daniel Jones and them. Now, after that,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Danny Dimes. But it could easily go downhill though. Like it could very, very, very easy go downhill. So that's my surprise. And I've seen a lot of people think that they're gonna be nice and they could easily, finish second division. They can make the playoffs they did a couple years ago and they get wiped off, but they're gonna be trash. I'm sorry.
Got you. What about you, E?
I got a player and a half. My player, like my whole player, is JJ McCarthy. I
Mm-hmm.
was kind of on the edge with him at first because he's like like he's a young quarterback, and especially in terms of the fantasy stuff, like not wanting to put your stock in to a team or a receiver that has a rookie or first year quarterback coming in to play that position.
Mm-hmm.
I think like when they drafted him, they didn't draft him to be a backup. Like they drafted him and they signed
To be
Sam
the
Darnold to
starter,
be his
Yeah,
backup.
sorry.
to be his backup, and it just so happened he got hurt.
Right. So, and Sam Darnold went and had 4,300 yards and 38, whatever, 30 touchdowns, whatever
That's
he
the
had.
best career of his the best season of his career. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I think that JJ could play when they drafted him. I think that they knew what they had an eye for when they did draft him. I think that we saw some, signs of his talent prior to him, getting hurt or stepping foot on the field or whatever. And like you said, and what he's shown so far this, preseason or whatever, is like, okay, cool. Like you can play football. We also, trust the offensive coordinator over there, and he's been able to do whatever, not whatever he wants, but whatever he wants with whoever he got behind center over there.
Mm-hmm.
We see that Justin Jefferson is quarterback proof. They also just re-signed Adam Thielen, who is going to be a good, life support until Jordan Addison comes back. And I think he's only suspended for 3 games. So I think that JJ and Minnesota, JJ McCarthy is set up to succeed. I think the fantasy app projecting him to get like 4,100 yards. That's crazy. But
Yeah, that's yeah.
but
Super great.
I think he's gonna go have a solid year, and I think that that's a division that all four of them realistically can make the playoffs.
Hmm.
I have a player. I kind of got in an argument with one of my profiles the other day about it. I don't think that he's about to go have a breakout year, but I think that he was playing solid football last year and he didn't get the credit for it. I think he's in a better position. I think Russell Wilson is about to go play good football. I think that again, real rap. I think that him being in a situation where Malik out there running routes, like I'm not on some Russell Wilson is my favorite. It's more so about Malik and about where they coming from.
And what
Like
neighbors can do.
right. Malik had 1,100 yards last year with Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito
Tommy DeVito, you know what I
leading the
mean?
charge.
Tommy Cutler.
Yeah, man. Like, so I sent John and John not too long ago. I'm like, bro, the moon balls is about to be out here. Like, Russ about to be airing that bitch out, and Malik gonna go get it. You know what I mean, like
Hmm.
these LSU boys, they not playing, and I think that
Nope.
Malik, it's a breakout year for him. And last year was impressive. That was one of the most impressive seasons we've seen from a rookie, and I don't know how long. And he's about since JJ, but he
Hmm.
about to go add on to that, and they also have expanded what they're able to do offensively as well. So I don't think that Russ about to go out here and have a comeback player of the year kind of year, but I think that he will go in there and again, unless he turn the ball over, unless they just realize like, yeah, bro, we're not doing anything right now with Russell Wilson anyway. I think that he'll finish the year as a starting quarterback, and Malik will
Yeah,
have a great year.
they got
But you
tested.
talking about the old? You think he played the whole year?
Like I said, unless they get into a situation where he's turning the ball over crazy, or they just losing game after game after game, and you can put it on Russ. Like even last year, bro. Even when he got benched last year, he got benched, or they was considering, oh yeah, what do we do with Russ? He was 5-0, 6-0 in his first games with the Steelers, and they was bitching about, oh, Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith is mad that he making audibles and he calling his own shit, and
Mm.
Arthur Smith want him to run the ball.
But
He
I don't
really
trust Arthur Smith to call my plays.
that's what I'm saying. Like he
Like,
was winning games, and he beat your man, fried your man Joe, 400 yards, 3 tutties. Not saying that he can.
He fried Joe, or he fried his. Come on now.
Okay, he had more passing yards than Joe did. And
he
won
did
the
have
shootout.
have a
Against the
vintage throwback
Steelers
Russ
defense.
game. That was his best game of the year,
What are you
though.
talking about?
He lost. Like he lost. So again, I'm not saying that Russ about to go out here and have an immaculate year, but I think that if they go out there and they play solid football, and you can't look at Russ and say it's your fault that we're losing right now, which I don't think it'll be like what it was in Denver. Even that, he put it together at the end of the season. Like Russ is
Mm,
getting heat because he's not MVP caliber anymore, but he still can play football, and I think that we'll see that this year.
okay. So before I give my topic, I just want to say this: they got to test the water out there in LSU because I don't know what's going on. First you had JJ come out, he do that his rookie year. Then you got Jamar come out, he do that his rookie year. Then 2 years later, you got Neighbors come out, he do that his rookie
And
year.
and
All
Brian Thomas, bro.
oh, excuse me,
And
yeah, I'm
Brian
high on
Thomas,
something.
bro.
Last year, you had Brian Thomas come out.
They got
That's
good. But
that's
they got
four
like
out of the
4
last
top
5
8,
years,
9
all out of
receivers in the
LSU.
world.
What is going on over there?
Crazy.
Who they top wide receiver now? I'm about to send DM to my GM right now, Mickey Loomis.
Come to New
Go
Orleans.
get him now, whoever it is. Go get him
See the
now.
Daisy logo, wide receiver. You hear me?
No,
They
right.
gotta be. But yeah, so I kind of already brought them up. The team that I think it's not a player for me, it's a team. The team that I think is going to surprise a lot of people this year is Chicago. I honestly would not be shocked if they win the division. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because the only team right now that I'm willing to put above them in the division is the Lions, Detroit. Now, all of that is dependent upon Jared Goff. He has looked his best with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is not there no more. Ben Johnson is now in Chicago. And we got to keep in mind that Dan Campbell is a great head coach, but he is a defensive minded head coach, and he's a head coach that's about leadership and motivation. He's not out there doing nothing on offense. He's relying on his offensive coordinator. So if Jared Goff is not on the same page with that offensive coordinator, or it's not an offense that's comfortable for Jared Goff, they're going to struggle a little bit, even with all the weapons that they have, because we seen them do it last year against the Texans. Was it 5 picks or 4? I know it was 4. It might have been 5 in that one game.
Things.
Yeah, so like I'm not too sold that Detroit is going to be back and better and locked and loaded again because Ben Johnson is not there. And if that's the case, I'll see the Bears winning that division convincingly because I'm not sold on the Packers, and JJ McCarthy is a rookie, so I got to see it to believe it. So I do think Chicago will win that division this year.
It's the fact, dog, like the whole Packers Jordan Love, like you said, he was stamped off the Cowboys game. It's still the 8 games after Thanksgiving for me, bro. Like I'm still like
when he got paid.
y'all already know how I feel about that, bro. Like that's the craziest development.
It's crazy, yes,
bro. He fried me, and then they paid him after that season when they was up on the 49ers in the next round, and
he got paid. It was like
when the A-Rod was still there, like.
It was
they
like,
they had, they had A-Rod and A-Rod was Brett Favre. Like that's how they felt when they drafted him. Like,
we appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button, show y'all support. Go follow us on Instagram. We got tickets up for Sunday. We ready to make some money. Go lock in. EG. It's your host Danny. Got my man Ian John, and we out.
Yes, sir.